Next weekend, on Saturday the 24th of June, Devon will be marking Armed Forces Day. Now, ahead of this, I am joined by former Royal Marine from Plymouth who is urging greater awareness of the issue of tinnitus amongst military veterans. Harris Tatakis suffered from a number of injuries after a bomb blast in Afghanistan and calls tinnitus an unseen injury which affected him the most. And I'm very glad to say he's with me now. Harris, first of all, how is your health at the moment in general?
Good morning. It's not too bad, actually. I mean, obviously, I've still got ongoing problems with the leg because I had a knee replacement last year, which hasn't gone too well. So mobility is a bit poor, but obviously the tinnitus is the main thing that really hasn't gone away since I got injured. Every other injury has been fixed or repaired to a certain extent, but there's no cure for tinnitus, and it's such a debilitating injury, and because people can't see it, they don't realise how much it can affect your life.
Yeah. Well, it affected my father for nearly 50 years of his life. Ringing, hissing, that whistling sound, constant readjustment of a hearing aid. Unfortunately, that was the side effect of being an armourer in the RAF. Is that the sort of thing that you suffer from, that constant noise and ringing?
Yeah, it's like a constant high-pitched tone. The best way I can describe it, it's like having a dentist drill permanently in your ears. It doesn't go away, so it's there all the time. I mean, during the day, you can help mask it, as you said, with hearing aids, which transmit a gentle white noise in the background. But by wearing them, it also limits how much you can hear, so it's a double-edged sword. And at night, when there's no background noise, it's just so intense you can't sleep, and it then affects your recovery, it affects your mood, it affects your ability to work the next day, and it's just because people can't see, they don't understand it, and they don't realise how much it ruins your life. Basically, you just need to look at the amount of high-profile suicides by musicians and band members who developed it, as you said, from years in the music industry, and they just, because they know there's no cure, they can't live with it.
What's the message you want to get across on this particular weekend?
I think it's, especially for veterans, I mean, so many, especially my Marines that I see all the time, they complain, obviously, they've got early onsets of tinnitus or they're starting to get hearing loss. And the problem in the military is, we train with health and safety. So when we're on the ranges, we wear ear defenders. But then when you go on operations, you can't wear ear defenders because you can't hear the enemy. And, with gunfire, obviously my ears were damaged in an explosion, but just from firing weapons all the time, the ears get damaged, and it's just sort of telling the guys, protect them more. But obviously equipment is a factor in that with regards to operations. I know the military has made sways forward with issuing the guys with adaptive sort of ear protectors, which also allow them to hear externally but protect the ears at the same time. But I think it's come too little too late. I mean, I was at a veterans meeting last year, and there was a Normandy veteran who was still complaining about it. And I think especially with the older generation, I don't think they're aware that there is treatments out there. Granted, it's never going to go away because there's no cure, but there are treatments that will help reduce it and help manage it so you can live with it. I say live with it because it's part of your life, so you need to adjust and you need to adapt to it. Otherwise, it'll just take over your life and ruin it.
Okay. Well, where can people go? If there is somebody, formerly, either Marine, Navy, Air Force, whatever, I mean, can they get information from you? Can they go to a website? What sort of assistance can you offer?
Yeah, there's plenty of information. I mean, they can... the ENT hospital with your NHS is probably the first point of call, because they do have some treatment, though it is quite basic. And when I was at Headley Court for 2 years, that's where I had pretty much daily treatment, obviously because of the hearing loss, because my balance was affected, and obviously because of the tinnitus and hyperacusis. But also there's a Veterans Hearing Fund that the British Legion have, which is what funded me for private treatment, the tinnitus clinic. And the tinnitus clinic is obviously, that's their sole purpose is curing or reducing tinnitus. And there's quite a few clinics around the country. So they can also look at their website and make an appointment for a consultation, and the audiologist will guide them through certain techniques or certain therapies that may be suitable for them.
Okay, but at the moment, you are still being supported, I hope, by the Royal Marines and the charities. You are still being looked after. You have received a lot of care.
Yes, because as we all know, there's once you're discharged, that's it. You know, we're on the NHS. There are no military hospitals anymore. So, with the nature of and the uniqueness of our injuries, we need specialist care. And the Royal Marines Association, SAFA, the Not Forgotten Association helped me out quite a lot as well, and obviously the British Legion for be it welfare or financial support are there. And recently I've had support from the Royal Marines Association and the Legion. There are loads of charities there, and all the guys need to do is either call up their relevant association, be it Royal Air Force, Army, Benevolent Fund, or the RMA for the Marines, or get in touch direct with the Legion. They've got not just the Veterans Hearing Fund, they also have a Veterans Mobility Fund for those with mobility issues which need specialist care or adaptations or aids to assist you to walk or to, you know, move on with your life and adapt to the injuries that you've got.
I wish you every success for the future. I know what you're going through. I say my father, no longer with us, but he had to live with it for something like 50 years. I mean, plus the fact he was married to my mother, and it's a great time just to turn down or off the hearing aid. So sometimes I just wonder just how bad it was. But look, please give my very best to your comrades. If I see Baz Barrett before you, I will pass on your regards to him. And should you see him, could you ask him where 2 bottles of my port went?
Oh, I know where they went.
Yeah, I know as well. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having us.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.